and that can either be lying on yoga mats. More recently, it can be lying on an airbed on a swimming pool. I do floating sound journeys now, or even in an aerial hammock. But essentially, a sound journey is an invitation, if you will, to kind of to go within. As the sound therapist, I'm using a variety of instruments, including my voice. I use drums, I use gongs, I use crystal bowls. So it's a whole, range of instruments that I use, and it's like it's essentially taking people into a very deep state of relaxation. Okay, and going back to what I said earlier on, the healing always happens when you're in this deep state of relaxation. But essentially, if you think about most people a lot of people kind of come in this kind of highly stressed state. A sound journey is a perfect way to get out of that stress state and very much into your body and kind of into a much more kind of relaxed state of being. So it's a kind of 90-minute experience. The sound kind of transcends the mind. So even if your mind is busy, very often the sound will cut through the chatter of the mind. So a lot of people get some relief from the chatter. It's a very profound experience. You kind of, what tends to happen with the sound, kind of the way that it interacts with the brain, it takes you into these kind of different states of consciousness. There are 5 states of consciousness, and the sound or a sound journey will take you into these deeper states or to these other states of consciousness or deeper states of relaxation. So very often when people kind of come out of the experience, they say they might remember some of it, but they may not remember some of it. And that's because during the sound journey, they're kind of toggling, let's say, between these different states of relaxation. So some of them, one state might be quite daydreamy, while a lower state of relaxation will be more like a kind of sleep state.
And to add to that, it's also for a lot of people who've never done, never worked with energy or, even done sound therapy. I found sound journeys are a fantastic way for people to start to get another sense of their energy, because they feel the tingling, they feel the vibrating, they feel the sound. They have these kind of slightly more expansive moments in a very safe, very held way. So it's a fantastic kind of way in for people to start to explore a little bit the more intangible aspects of themselves, which I think is great to see people often having these first experiences.